Now, the first and only 2 o'clock game, it's the game we've all been waiting for. The game we're all dying to see. North Alabama at number 8 BYU. I know. Get in line already to buy some tickets. This is must-see football right here. Obviously, you know, this isn't a great game to pick, but BYU, believe it or not, is actually a playoff contender at this point in the year, so I gotta do all the BYU games, and this is why I'm predicting this game that's on ESPN 3, and BYU's favored by 47.5. So instead of actually talking about the football game, which, let's be honest, BYU's going to crush North Alabama, and they're not even going to cover. BYU's going to cover, obviously. They're favored by 47.5 points. Give me BYU to win by more than that. But let's talk about actually why the big BYU news this week. Pac-12 has opened the conference to playing non-conference games, considering how many games were getting canceled. And if one Oregon game or one UNC game gets canceled, they're screwed. They're not sending anyone to the playoffs. They need those two teams never to have a game canceled if they really want to get a team to the playoffs. They're only playing, 6 games in the regular season? 7, I guess, technically total. But, oh my God, you cannot have a game canceled for Oregon or USC, which is why this non-conference thing is important. BYU does only plays 2 more games. This North Alabama game, and I think they play another one in December against another not great football team. But this is huge for BYU because if you can get to play USC or get to play Oregon or even a team like Arizona or Arizona State or Colorado, or Utah, you could automatically boost your standing with the playoff committee because honestly, their hardest game of the year, I guess you could go either Boise State or Houston. I do think both those are good football teams. I don't think it would be enough to say, yeah, I beat Houston. Houston's not even close to being the best in the American. I'd say Cincinnati, UCF, Memphis, SMU, Tulsa are all better than Houston at this point. While I love Houston, they're not a great thing to point to. That I won that game. Yeah, I'm great. No. I think it would be huge for BYU if you could get a Pac-12 win. Now, it wouldn't be a for sure thing. You could end up losing to a team like Oregon or USC, or probably you wouldn't want to schedule those because they'd be too hard, but maybe Arizona, Arizona State, like I said before, all those not as great teams, but still they'd be pretty respectable wins, like the Sun Devils or the Wildcats. Anyways, you need a signature win. Right now, if you're looking at it, the playoff committee, there's a lot of teams that are going to put in ahead of you, including a Pac-12 team. So, by the way, if you could beat a Pac-12 team, not only would that boost your standings, but it also lessen the Pac-12 standings, and you'd have a higher chance of making it, in my opinion. So that's a huge thing for BYU, announcing that they can play non-conference games this week, and especially considering how often these games are being canceled, BYU could end up getting a game against a team that would boost their standings dramatically.